Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Atlanta Sports Special. I hope everybody out there is staying warm with these ice storms coming in, and appreciate you guys taking time to listen today. We have an update with the Hawks, Falcons, Braves, and a little bit about the Dream and Atlanta United. A lot of crazy stuff happening in the offseason already with the Falcons, just a complete reconstruction, and the Hawks are kind of on a little bit of a streak here. So, only good things to come. We're looking up bright, and we're staying warm in the city. Thank you guys again for listening, and like always, let's get it!
Yeah! ATL on the rise, you know how we do. Peachtree dreams, dirty birds flying through. From the gridiron to the diamond, courts to the pitch. We reppin' ATL sports, every team, every niche. ATL, where the flames ignite. From Truist Park to the bins at night. Dreams take flight, Hawks soar high. United we stand, reaching for the sky.
What is going on, everybody? Another week. We're excited to be back. Kramer actually just got off the slopes. He was snowboarding.
Yes, sir.
Like an absolute madman. I saw some videos of him getting absolutely wrecked by the mountain. But also looking cool in other videos. So I don't want to say he's getting wrecked the whole time, but tell us how that was.
It was good, man. I'm sore. It was the videos you saw of me getting wrecked definitely pertain to me thinking I'm still young and cocky. So I was like, dude, I could totally hit this jump.
Yeah, of course.
And turns out my knees and hips do not agree with that anymore, to where I was very lucky that I got out of there unscathed, and both my ACLs, unlike Michael Penix, are intact.
Ooh. Subtle burn to start the show here. That's good news, though. We like it when you're all intact.
Yeah.
I feel like at this age, dipping into the three zeros, it's like let's just stick to groomy blues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little groomers, something fun for the people. Something
I've never been. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Black Diamonds can be fun, but
yeah, they can.
I definitely took it a lot easier than. I was more hitting the terrain park, which also was my downfall. But
I've never even done that. I've always seen it and been like, that's only a place for me to hurt myself.
Yeah, there's definitely some instances where I found myself, maybe I don't need to be doing all this.
Well, every day is a learning experience. It sounded like you had one. I'm ready to hit you with some Atlanta learning.
Speaking of learning,
speaking of learning, get learned, dude. It's actually not this day and A. It's this week in the A.
Okay.
And we're gonna go take this all the way back to the official date is June 30th, 1965, where Commissioner Pete Rozelle, at the time, granted Atlanta and Rankin M. Smith Sr. the Atlanta Falcons as a franchise to join the NFL.
Wow.
Since then, lots of pain.
The beginning of the end, let me tell you.
Yeah, lots of pain. Little did he know that what he'd be doing to these fans would be so excruciating. But also, there's been some good times. So in light of that, Kramer, I want you to tell me this morning your three favorite Falcons memories as we gear up for the Super Bowl, which we're obviously not a part of. and Clint Kubiak, who we kind of thought would be a good head coach, will be OCing this in the Super Bowl. What do you think? What are your three favorite Falcon memories?
Man, I'm gonna have to go with 2006 Atlanta Falcons was versus the Pittsburgh Steelers is one of my core memories with football in general, but of where the fandom really started. Michael Vick versus Ben Roethlisberger in the old Georgia Dome. Algie Crumpler, 3 touchdowns, 120 plus yards. The score was total upper 70s, almost 80s. It was the most intense game ever. Went outside afterwards after we beat them. In the very high intensity game, I was like 10, 12, 11 or something like that. To some Atlanta Falcons, some like real diehard Atlanta Falcons fans, and you know where the Georgia Dome used to be, so
Yep.
you know where how rowdy it could get over there. To them starting a bonfire in the parking lot with terrible towels. It was electric.
That might be one memory right there, dude.
I mean,
That game
that
was something else. I still think about that game too all the time. But the
Algae
atmosphere
Crumpler,
outside the
dude.
stadium.
Oh, I mean, it's a party in Atlanta. Don't you ever forget it.
Algae Crumpler, by the way, certified good dude. I had a buddy who used to work at Best Buy
Mhm.
back when Vic, Crumpler, Roddy, like that was the whole offensive show, Finneran.
Yeah.
And he said Vic and Crumpler came through to buy a bunch of stuff for their houses.
Oh,
And
that's
said
awesome.
Algae Crumpler would talk to like every single kid, would take photos, sign anything anybody came up to him. Vic took the time to pull out a pen and dot a little girl's paper and say, "I don't do autographs."
That's funny because I'm
Which is
pretty
a
sure
tough-
he's
a tough
doing a
moment.
lot of autographs these days
Mhm.
to ensure some extra money in the bank account.
Yeah, dude, he's crushing it on multi fronts now. We
Yeah.
still have respect for him, but definitely maybe a hubris moment
Yeah,
of what
right.
happened next year's.
Um,
Give me two more quick ones of top moments.
I guess that wasn't one of now that I'm thinking about it, that wasn't one of my first game, or that was one of my first games, but I remember being about 7 or 8 and seeing my very first Atlanta Falcons versus the Saints game to really understand. So, like, you know, a little bit of background. Both my parents are immigrants. They immigrated here late 80s. So I didn't grow up with college football in my household. All football that I knew from the ages of, like, you know, as a child, as a baby to like about 8 years old, 7 years old, something like that, was just from like going to friends' houses, like for the Super Bowl, or like, you know, watching them or going over on their house on Saturday and their parents watching their college team or whatever. So I remember being about 7 and seeing my first game ever was Falcons versus the Saints. And man, that's where the hate started. Saints fans are unbearable. I mean, I don't know if I would say it's a favorite. It is a favorite memory because it was like how I got introduced to the Falcons, but man, I got introduced to Saints fans that day too, and they are the scum of the earth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you at least learned quick of just like how bad they are.
I mean, who dat, we won that game.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Also, just like we remain daddy nowadays, which is hilarious, even with
Yeah.
how bad we play. Pretty exciting stuff.
And then another game, I guess it's more recently, there was a Falcons Georgia Southern alumni game that they had. They do like college nights or whatever on some of these games. They'll do multiple colleges because obviously the season's short. But just being able to grab a bunch of friends from college and like go there, we got like hats and stuff, and I think we ended up losing, but what else do you expect with this modern day Falcons team?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But I think those are really good. I mean, 2 of those were good. You know what I mean?
Those were
Like, the game was great.
those are still staples in my life.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
every now and again when I'm feeling down, I'll watch that entire 2006 against the Pittsburgh game on
It's
YouTube.
actually, and I can verify that Kramer does that too. Before we started this pod for the first time, he's like, "Dude, I'm watching the 2006 Steelers Falcons game to get hyped up for this." I'm like- so he's not lying. I think I actually have the thread that posts that. So that's pretty funny, man. No, that's awesome. I think if I had to give you my top 3 as well, they're actually like singular moments that I can remember. 2 were in person. 1 was just watching. First one is my dad took me to a game in 2012, 2013. So I was in high school and we went to go see them play the Rams
That's awesome.
at home. And I don't know if you remember this. It was when we had William Moore was our safety. And good old Willie Moore was running down the sideline to catch up with, or not catch up with, but to meet the Rams tight end who tried to jump over him. And we were sitting perfectly lined up to see William Moore catch that tight end out of the air by his waist, and then WWE absolutely blow his world up. Like, catch him, sling him onto his back. It's still one of the best hits I've ever seen. I think I might actually post it. And, like, It's hilarious. I can't even see who the player is when he does it, but you got one of our linebackers standing there like this, like, yes! Like, when it gets done, like, he scored a touchdown. It was a gruesome hit, and I just remember it being so sick.
Back when you were allowed to hit people like that in the NFL?
Oh, I mean, I don't even wanna know the fine he would have got, and I'm also shocked, shout out to the Rams tight end, whoever it was, that didn't get immediately concussed, because it's a concussion nightmare. Like, this is where they draw it up as,
Oh,
like,
concussions
this
weren't
hit was
invented
probably in
until,
Invictus.
concussions weren't invented until 2020 or 2015, dude, so he was
What
just
happened in
he's
2015?
fine. Nah, isn't that, like, when the whole concussion movie started, like, CTE really started getting brought up, like, they were like, "Oh, man," like, what is it? Will Smith was in that movie, right? Like,
Yeah,
that concussion
yeah,
movie, yeah,
yeah.
something like that, yeah.
There was definitely some other stuff.
Yeah.
Just like the NFL, sweep that under the rug till it comes out later.
Yeah.
That was one. The other one for in person was on a Monday Night Football game. I got invited to go see the Falcons play the Eagles.
Last year?
It was golly, what was it? It had to be 5 years ago. It's Julio Jones last season. And it was the game where we played the Eagles, and Julio Jones caught that screen from Matt Ryan with a minute left and then cribbed it from like 45 yards out. And I was in no state to be ready to go to work the next day after that, because, I mean, we didn't get home till forever because, 7:30 game. We had to wait for MARTA for like an hour because it was so packed with people trying to use it.
Oh, yeah, you were at home at, like, you were, what, like 1?
1:30, I think it was like we got back like 1:30 or 2, and I mean, I still had to be at work at like 7 AM the next day, so I was there, but it was like I remember just being there still buzzing from the crowd. That game was hot. There were so many annoying Eagles fans, and man, we made their life so miserable on the MARTA home. It was fantastic. Last one, and this is I wasn't at this game. I really wish I could have been, but was also a Julio highlight. You can see the impact he's had in my life, but it was actually him mossing Luke Kuechly.
Oh,
For that
man.
touchdown against Carolina toward the end of the season.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
I think that was the year before our Super Bowl run when that happened. But man, that play to this day, like when you can 1v1, and I get he's not a DB, but he's still like the best linebacker, top 5 linebacker to ever play the position.
Easily. Imagine being so good at your position, you have to retire early because you keep
right. No, you're
hitting people. You're hurting people too much, and you're hurting yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just like to hear him describe the play as like, oh, easy money, like got a pick, and then all of a sudden he just sees Julio like 3 feet above him.
Yeah, I've seen the interview where he talks about that, and he's just like, I mean,
it was a spectacular play on its own. It was like, even more nuts when you hear it described by the guy that got.
Especially someone like Luke Kuechly, who's so profound and like loved and respected in the NFL community as a player, and then him go out there and be like, man, it's that meme where it's like, I don't fear no man, but that man I fear.
That's exactly what it is. And I think that was instilled in everyone across the league. Looking back on it, man, it just like I'm still very sad. Like I know we're not going to be sad boys today because we got a lot of stuff that's not the Falcons to talk about. But I still just think about the Julio Jones and Sanu,
the falling out,
and Matt Ryan, just the team that was there that totally deserved it. Like I always get those memes on my feed that are like, I'm still not over this, and it's like a makeshift ChatGPT photo of like what the Falcons could have had, like them, like,
I know exactly
confetti and them smiling in a selfie, and I'm like, I'm gonna cry, dude. You're gonna make grown man cry on a Tuesday.
Tevin Coleman, Taylor Gabriel,
Devontae Freeman. I mean, it's
Deion Jones.
That's really tough, man. It's tough to think about, but a lot of good memories as we just talked about, which I thought was a fun way to start this. Now, let's pivot. Because the Falcons, we're going to talk about them in a little bit. Let's talk about a team that's absolutely...
Falcons, end of season. We're going to give any news that we got on them, but we're going to transition to the team that is in season to start the podcasts now, and that is the Hawks.
Yeah, and we're really excited because the last time that we talked, the Hawks had been on a skid. They had made the trades.
They heard us. They heard us talking. They heard us talking crap. They heard us talking crap.
I don't know who it is on that team who's listening. I'm gonna say probably Jalen Johnson. He's got a lot of time on his hands to listen to 2 dudes in their bedrooms talk about him. But no, this past 3 games we played the Grizzlies, the Suns, and the Pacers, and went 3-0. So this past week was really great. for the Hawks. And what we were kind of worried about, I know we talked about this last time, is like the chemistry piece. Can these pieces that have come in, including CJ McCollum, who's taken a role of running like the second unit off the bench,
Yeah.
is he going to be cool with that? Is he going to be able to effectively fill that position? And the answer is, over the past 3 games, yes. And they've done great. And our bench has really been the reason we won, especially the last game against Indiana. But let's go back to the top. We'll start with kind of like performances. And honestly, this Memphis game was a lot of fun. I watched the last 2 quarters live and then went back and watched all the recap of it. But Jalen Johnson, like there's no other person needs to be talked about more in that game. 32 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists.
Almost a triple-double, man. I mean, he's just better than half the league. I mean,
there's no other way to put it.
I'm trying to think, like, the whole concept of, I mean, we just got rid of Trae Young. Again, we're going to go ahead, give the benefit of the doubt of the Hawks that was to clear cap space. But, I mean, it's just disappointing when the guy that's been your person for so long, almost 10 years? I want to say we've had Trae Young. It's crazy.
He's on his 8th season. I'll fact check that right now, though.
Anyway, it was very close, and it's just like the thought process of what's life after Trae, and the fact that we have been able to transition so smoothly and put this other guy at the forefront of the team and kind of be able to run everything, not everything, but be able to rely on this younger guy is massive, because usually teams suffer for a while, which I guess the Hawks always suffer in a way, but for us to be able to have this ability where we have Jalen Johnson and be so lucky that he's already out here doing the most is awesome to see. And like you said, this man is just dominant. I mean, we clearly, maybe not so clearly, but clearly I'm going to stamp it. Jalen Johnson's going to be one of the next superstars in the NFL. I mean, NBA.
If he becomes a superstar in the NFL, I'd love to see that too.
The only person ever to transition from NBA to NFL would be crazy.
Right? We're in the market for another wide receiver, so he's got the build.
Right.
No, it's without a doubt. I think he already has established that this year. I think one of the fun things to watch him do too is when he plays his role well until he is needed now, right? Like there's a time point in every game where scoring runs thin, team's looking a little disheveled, kind of taking some shots that are a little bit forced, and then all of a sudden he gets the ball and it's like, hold on, boys, like I'll get us a couple buckets in a row to get the rhythm back.
Yep.
And it's without forcing it, he gets 32 points. Like, it's shooting over 50%. He's not like putting up crazy shots. He's being very effective with his shot making. In this game specifically, there was no more poignant example of that than when he hit basically the dagger.
Okay, vocab word.
Yeah. It's early in the morning. I'm currently drinking my caffeine. This is when I'm most effective with my vocab. But no more poignant example of that than when he hit the dagger on Ja Morant to win the game. We needed a bucket, needed a go-ahead bucket, and I'm telling you, he literally just took Ja into the paint, had that little shoulder push off, step back, and hit it right in his face. Right. What I love most about that is that Ja Morant was the guy. They're like, oh, they're going to trade for Ja because it'll be great for both of them, blah, blah, blah. I think everybody thought that was a bad idea. I know we mentioned quite a few reasons why that was a bad idea for Ja to come to Atlanta.
Yeah, I think the culture would be a little too much for him down here because I think
if you can't survive in Dolphland, which I get is also like, you know what I'm saying? It's tough. Yeah. Memphis is an electric city, but like then just come to a city that's 4 times as big with 4 times as much trouble.
Yeah.
I don't see that being a win for you, dude.
Yeah, I see you being suspended a lot more.
Yeah. Especially when like he hasn't seemed to grow out of that. He's still, popping fake shots off at people. It's like, what you doing, dude? You can't be
doing rocket launchers, throwing fake grenades. I don't know. He's doing.
I kind of respect it, but like only in Memphis. Like I don't want you near this organization. We've lost it on a guard before. Another two guys to obviously take away from this game, and one of them is really important to talk about because he's been on a heater the past 3. Which is Luke Kennard. So someone who in the very beginning of the season we're like, why is this guy shooting sub 30%? And if he can't do that, like he can't play. Like we can't put him on the court. When you have a Kyle Korver type player, right? There's no place for you, even if you play hustle defense, to be on the court if you can't be banging home threes. In that game, he had 4 3-pointers and he had 18 points total.
Yeah.
Good
4
to
for
see.
5. I mean,
Yeah, we like that percentage.
love that. Love
Yeah.
that.
We take that percentage in a lot of things. If you told me I had a 80% chance of winning on a scratch off, I'd buy it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, every
If
time.
you told me I had an 80% chance that I'd have the best gym day of my life or break my leg, I'd go.
Uh,
You wouldn't go?
Yeah.
If you had
20%.
an 80% chance to see the best Hawks game of your life in person, you had tickets and a 20% chance to crash your car, but you'd be okay, but your car would be totaled.
Is it
Would
my
you take
fault?
it?
I don't wanna deal with insurance.
No. You're gonna deal with insurance either way.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Is it? Would you take it?
I'd flip a coin.
All right, 80% chance to see the
Yeah.
best Falcons game of your life in the playoffs at home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. No doubt.
That's
Yeah.
just we're kind of showing our colors on what we
Yeah.
care about the most for sure.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, dude, Kennard, I mean, everybody was kinda, with the minutes given, a lot of people in that game were really popping off, and, I mean, it showed. I mean, it was needed since it was, head-to-head almost the entire time, and for us to be able to even come back in those last seconds and win that game is, massive. I mean, we needed it too. We were kinda on a hump for a minute there of, like a 3-game loss, so we go to the Suns come to us, and then the Pacers come to us in the next 2 games, which honestly, like, with the Suns hadn't been doing too great, as of late. Oh, I guess they've been doing better than I expected, but,
they still
the
got
fact that
D-Book, dude, so, I mean, they're not gonna be doing bad, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, but I mean, again, and just Jalen Johnson, 23 points, 18 rebounds. I mean, dude, what? 18 rebounds?
Isn't that nuts, man? Like, it's just like, that's dominant. That's all we've been needing too.
Do you wanna know the next person with the most rebounds on the team in that game
I'm gonna
was
guess on Kongwu, and it wasn't on Kongwu.
it was Dyson Daniels with 8. He had 10 more than the next person on our team.
Which actually brings me to a good point too about Dyson.
Hey, don't let the man get hot now.
Oh, he hasn't been hot all season. He's been shooting
No, but he's been
11% from 3, but he looks great in the past few games by not shooting threes. I mean, he is penetrating, getting to the rim, getting rebounds. Obviously, his defense, which we know is going to be his staple, has been great.
Right.
Steals, blocks, he's all over the place. He's a madman on defense, which we love. We need that shooting percentage to go up, and the way to do that is not to stand in the corner and just continue to shoot threes and get in your head. I love what he's doing of just like pressing it to the basket.
So the last game that the Hawks played against the Pacers, we beat them 132 to 116. Dyson Daniels, 35 minutes, 22 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. I mean, that's the Dyson Daniels we need. Like if he continues to do things like that all season, we're gonna be balling.
Oh, dude, Dyson Daniels is honestly playing at an immaculate clip. Not only do we love what he's doing on the defensive side, but like we just said, it's pretty awesome that we can see him absolutely rock it out on the offensive side and getting buckets. We need everybody to contribute at that level, right? And I think we will. Let's get into, we talked about Phoenix. Oh, big thing about the Phoenix game too, CJ McCollum, 21 points. Great job of orchestrating the offense a bit, like not just scoring, but kind of getting that second unit into the flow, which is important.
Do you think it's like finally he is I mean, there's some adjustment obviously with him coming to the team and trying to figure out like the new or not the new, but like him trying to figure out where he fits in the roles here. So that being said, it's good to see that maybe he's progressing and that we're getting somewhere more, right? So it's him last game against the Pacers, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean, that's consistent. Hey,
Dude, we'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had 3 players with over 20 points, so gotta love that.
Yeah, I guess the Pacers, by the way, one of those players was Dyson with the 22 and 9.
Yeah.
Dyson and Nah and CJ. Also, Nah has been probably move Jalen Johnson out of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Nah has been the most consistently useful player on the court from a plus-minus perspective, as well as just a scoring threat, a three-point shooter, extending the court, and his defense has been solid too. I'd say, like, right now, top 3 players for the Hawks in order are Jalen, Nah, and Onkongwu. I mean, that's kind of what I see.
Oh, for sure.
As being your 3 most effective players on the court.
Oh no, do you hear that?
Oh yeah, we got the grounds crew.
Oh no, they're coming in to sweep. But real quick, let's go ahead and talk the next 3 games. So we got Celtics, Rockets, Pacers again. At Celtics, at home, and then Pacers.
At MSG, the way the Celtics are playing, I almost chalk that up as an immediate loss.
You think
I would
so?
love to see the boys perform. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see the boys put on a clinic. But yeah, I mean, the Celtics just beat our brains out last time we played them.
Yeah, they did. They did, didn't they?
Yeah,
also,
I'm guessing, yeah.
The Celtics don't play at SMG.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Or whatever.
Yeah, at
TD Bank. It's like TD Bank or something now. I don't know. It used to be called something else. I can't remember. But no, I used to, when I was dating that girl from New York, screwed the Knicks, by the way.
TD Garden. I was about to say, there we go.
Yeah.
Why?
There it is.
That's the Garden. The Garden. That's what it is.
All right. These guys over here.
Kramer sounds like he's inside of a blender this morning.
We're gonna go ahead and just try to rip through this real quick, but these guys love to just ruin my day. Because some days they do this. It seems like they know when we're recording almost, because I swear they'll do it anytime we record in the morning. We'll record on a Tuesday, and then they're like, you know what? Today we're going to show up on Tuesday, and we're recording this right now on a Wednesday morning, and
they'll show up at 8 o'clock at night if that's when we're recording in an ice
absolutely.
storm.
Yeah, in the ice storm. Yeah.
No, it's all good, man.
No days off. No days off.
We'll run through it. Give me your prediction for the next 3 games that you just mentioned.
Well, so the Celtics have been on fire lately, so they've been doing pretty dang good. So I'm gonna be a realist, right? And I'm gonna check that off as a loss. But then I think the Rockets have been a little hot, honestly. I think we beat the Rockets. I'm gonna be optimistic about that because they have to come back home, right? And that being said, I think the Pacers are on. All jokes aside, the Pacers are on pace to just have the worst season in a while from them. So
yeah, I mean, especially coming off the season they had last season.
But with like injuries and like, I mean, I'm very oh my gosh, so unfortunate.
So terrible, dude. I don't think anybody was rooting harder for the Pacers than we were, and that was really sad
to watch. I mean, to watch that come up, I will say, like, the one funny, I mean, the injury is not funny at all.
Oh, yeah, what was so funny about it, Kramer? Talk to us.
It was just, like, the fact he was, because he got fouled, right? And he popped his Achilles. And I remember hearing him in the interview going, man, I really was trying to, have that Mamba mentality and be like Kobe. Because when Kobe tore his Achilles in the playoffs, he took the free throws. He said, I said, nah, man, don't touch me. I'm going to take my free throws and then walk off. He said he got up and immediately collapsed to the ground. He goes, I don't know how the hell Kobe did that.
Hey, a nod to a top 5 player of all time, man. That's a
for
good
sure.
nod too. I mean, he was different. A different beast. Not to quote the Kanye West Kobe commercial, which was so funny. If you've seen that,
Kobe, what in the hell are you talking about?
Are you the same beast, but it's a different man? Like, what the hell are you talking about?
No.
But I'm the best. More records. No, it's a hilarious commercial. Also, I need to post that. to be
Yeah.
able to tell us. Let's pivot though. Hawks, exciting stretch coming up here.
Yep.
We're also getting close to the All-Star break.
That's true. I think that's mid-February?
Yeah, dude, we're getting real close. So it'll be nice
Wow.
to see.
The NBA season.
Jalen Johnson will be there without a doubt. He should be a starter.
You know how much
we'll see the politics of the NBA, dude. They pick like
it's the All-Star is more of a popularity contest, let's be honest. They're just
it 100% is.
LeBron could tear his ACL week 3 of the NBA and they'd put him in there just so people would watch and be like, well,
they make everybody else be in a wheelchair. They'd be like, oh, Bron's got to be in a wheelchair. You all have to be in wheelchairs. They just have him shoot free throws from the wheelchair. Like it just, I don't know. It's ridiculous. Also, LeBron's a total coward for never being in a dunk contest.
True, but I guess that's also why his longevity. He's not out here. I don't know, man. The dunk contest is definitely not what it used to be.
No, I mean it also though. Like let's be honest, it peaked when Blake Griffin jumped over at Kia Optima.
I mean, they should have just canceled it from there on out. I mean, dude, Blake Griffin, what a guy, man, what a guy, what a beast.
Another Oklahoma Sooner, R.I.P. Trae Young again. Just started out there. I hope you had a good time in Washington. All right, let's transition here. Let's talk a little bit about the Braves and what's gone on this past week.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, not a ton. That's not just like people expressing their political opinions, which we're staying away from on this pod because it's like I don't care where you stand on political stuff. It's like we're gonna talk ball. But there was like the most poorly labeled Forbes article of all time. Look, I'm going to read you this article and tell me what you think when you see this, okay? Like, tell me what pops in your mind. All right. It says, Braves make Ronald Acuna Jr. decision after brutal injury setback.
Okay, first of all, Washington Post, Forbes, what is it else? I don't
Forbes.
know. TMZ. No. I'm just naming all these unaccredited, stupid news sources. I don't want nerds writing about my sports.
No.
You know, my culture is not your costume. So my culture is not your career. So stay out of it and stop talking about my team. Talk about other teams. I don't care. I'm not going to read about it, but I don't need some desk jockey at Forbes, some nerd that
Peter Chihuahua.
Peter Chihuahua, count your days, man. Stop talking about the Braves. Stop talking about my teams.
Yeah, keep Ronald Acuna Jr.'s name out of your mouth. I am tired of seeing him in headlines that aren't related to his positive outlook for this season. So tell me, Kramer, what does that even indicate to you? Braves make Ronald Acuna Jr. decision after brutal injury setback. What does that make it sound like?
It makes it sound like we just signed him to $1 billion after he tore his ACL for a fourth time or something, but that's not the case.
No. And the whole thing about this is all this stupid clickbait article was about the decision that we're not going to move Ronald Acuna to play shortstop. Duh. There's no way there was ever a conversation in the clubhouse where we're going to take him out of right field. Probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Did no one see that game against, I think it was the White Sox, where he threw from right field to third base in, I don't know, it was the fastest ball ever thrown from right field?
Yeah, I mean, like a nuke, dude. He just threw a nuke flat-footed, and he does that all the time, and he's also a playmaker. If you want to keep his ACL intact, put him at third, but we already got Austin Riley. He's not going anywhere, so dumb comment. Dumb article.
Nerd. Stop.
Nerd.
Why doesn't Ronald Acuna just become the pitcher if he's the best player on the team?
He touched the ball more.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani does it. Like that's the kind of guy we're talking about. Shohei does it. Idiot, dude. I mean, I don't know. It's infuriating. I don't even know where Peter publishes his stuff from, but if he's in Atlanta, dude, this is a criminal post.
I bet he's a Mets fan.
Actually, he's a Dodgers fan, dude. He writes for Forbes, and he's their MLB dude. He's from LA. He's a big Dodger fan, and he's trying to throw bait out there to get Ronald Acuna for a Dodger, dude. He's trying to stir the pot like everybody is right now.
Oh yeah, Peter.
Chihuahua.
Peter Chihuahua. If rumors start circulating about Acuna to the Dodgers,
Yeah.
I will be in your neighborhood.
Yeah, dude. We will be
I will
outside.
be in
We'll
your
be outside
neighborhood.
of your Forbes office picnic,
Yeah.
dude. We
I'll
will
show.
be.
Hey. And the wise words of Andre 3000. I'll show you. The South's got something to say. Like
That's right. Yeah, and we'll get a bunch of dudes who also don't like Forbes.
No.
We will be there in a heartbeat.
Yo, Forbes is for investing, not baseball, dude. Shut up.
So another thing that kind of came up this week, just in commentary, which I'm curious to hear, Kramer, is we have probably the most overpaid positional player in baseball on our team right now, especially based off his productivity, which is Sean Murphy at catcher.
Yeah.
This year,
quick. You saw about what happened with or the official timeline of Kim, right?
I'm so mad about it. I honestly have. It's
Slipping
got to be 6 to 8 months is what I would assume.
It's 4 to 5 months. Which
That's actually way better. That means he's back a third of the way through the season. At least taking.
If his surgery is out now, so he's not going into preseason. He's not.
He'll make a AAA. He'll make a AAA start probably in
May,
end of May.
Okay,
we
fine. Take that. We'll take that.
We take that.
Yeah, we take
but,
that.
Idiot.
That's still crazy.
Idiot. And I still am so mad about this, dude. Like that last week, you saw a really bad version of me in my sports just fandom.
Yeah.
And if you bring it up again, I will ignite like a bomb, dude. Let's just call it what it is. I will explode again. They're idiots, dude. I don't know what you're doing over there on ice playing around in South Korea when you have a 1-year deal to prove your value. But you know who would never do that on his contract year? Kyle Pitts.
Oh, Pitts, man.
No, he wouldn't do that. He'd just go have a career year because he's smart. Kim, dumb, dude. What a horrible decision. Anyway, there's specific conversations about another guy who got left off the top, was 100 or 300? No, it's top 100. He was noted as the biggest snub, which Austin Riley was ranked in the top 50 for players last season, and he did have a down year. There's no doubt about it. But he was left off. Took him off, and he's still arguably one of the best, if not the best, third baseman in baseball right now, and he is off the top 100.
So they took him out of the top 100?
Yeah.
It's
pretty bad. Everyone's actually talked about how bad that is. Yeah.
It's just wrong. That's crazy. But wow. I mean, okay. Chip on the shoulder year.
Yeah, chip on the shoulder year big time. And then going back real fast to the Sean Murphy thing, getting paid almost $16 million a year to probably split time and not play as much as Drake Baldwin, who is rookie phenom. You got to produce, which I'm hoping that place to produce is in the DH position this year with Yastrzemski splitting time with him. When he's not playing catcher, he can play that position. Yastrzemski can rest or be put in the field. There's a lot of stuff we can do there, but with the appearingly more obvious thing that we're not going to have a Zune on the team, the DH position is going to be super important for whoever can step up and consistently bring a bat. And if it's Sean Murphy, then it's worth the $15 million. I mean, before he came over to the Braves and he was with the A's, he was the best hitting catcher in the league, behind I think only one other guy who was Contreras, which man, that was one that really hurt when it happened. But he can be extremely effective. So let's see what happens this year. It's going to be a big one for him. He's so fragile. It seems like every time he swings in the first month, his obliques just explode. So let's get this guy doing some lat pull downs, all three variations, eight sets. That's what we need.
What are the chances we are able to maybe, I wouldn't want to, but we can dump him off to someone else halfway through the season.
It's very possible. It's a good call out, Kramer, too. It's very possible we leverage Sean Murphy for another piece. I don't know what that is. The only problem with that is you need two good catchers, effectively, but you don't need one that's so overpaid if they're not performing. I do agree with that. We're not the Dodgers or the Mets.
If we could save some money, we have morals and ethics. So
we're not a bunch of scumbags. So
we're not a bunch of freaking. Never mind. Keep going.
Maybe one day we'll just have a podcast using all the profanities we can to describe.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a siren the whole time, but just.
Pretty much my conversations about them
Yep.
entirely.
Do we
Yeah, I
want to?
mean, that's pretty much it what's going on
Mm,
in the life of the Braves coming into the season. What I'd love
okay.
to do, and I think you're gonna mention it too, is let's talk a little bit about this Falcons presser and the news that dropped
Yep.
before last week. Why don't you go ahead and lead it off, at least with the news that came in?
So,
Um,
most recent news that's a change in the office slash for the team is that Stefanski brought his boy over, right? We hired Stefanski. He brought his OC with him, Tommy Rees.
it's like a nepo baby situation, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm,
Koto.
it's like, so this is the only way I'm able to compare this, which this is a very extreme comparison, is this is World War I and World War II. World War I was Raheem Morris with Zach Robinson, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, whatever." Like, how big can the issue really get? And then World War I happened, and then we're like, "Oh, man, that was terrible. Let's make sure we never do something like that again." And then we get Stefanski, and he immediately hires his old OC, such as Zach, or with Raheem and Zach Robinson, and I'm like, will it
So
lead to
so
will it
so
lead to
hold on.
will it lead to World War II? I don't know, but this I personally think like, hey, we just hired two guys that came off of multiple very bad losing seasons, and we're just I don't know. I like my pessimistic brain when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons is we're just supposed to believe that these guys are going to have the recipe to work our roster. I just don't understand it. I'm like short circuiting thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask the question I did just for your sake. Um, thinking about Tommy Rees, not compared to World War II, um, is yeah, it does seem like you're bringing the bros in. Here's the thing that gives me a little bit more confidence.
It's just like
This time
dude,
around, though, is the confidence factor is that Stefanski is a notorious developer of talent.
mhm.
Whereas, like, you imagine what Raheem Morris, a defensive-minded coach who has no idea how to develop talent on the offensive side, like, what do you think he's saying to Michael Penix in practice? Like, "Damn, dude, you look great in those shorts today." Like, how much more effective could he be at developing him other than, like, "Dude, you're doing great. So, keep those knees safe, high and tight." Like, that's what I imagine him saying. Now Stefanski's coming in being like, "I'm so excited to work with Penix specifically, to bring him on board." I still don't know if Penix is the truth now that he has, entirely papier-mâché knees, but
Yeah.
he's excited about it, and I think one of the biggest things I heard in the press conference too with Stefanski was like, "This is where I wanted to be," and he felt the pull to the city based on the talent pool that's already here and the fan base that's already here. So
In his
that's good. I mean, that's
presser,
what he should say. I hope it's
i-
real.
in his presser, which is something I don't think I've seen a head coach that we've hired in the past since Dan Quinn, I guess, say in a long time, where he's like, what really drew me to the city was not even first the players, but it was the connection with Arthur Blank and Matt Ryan in the office. And I was like, interesting. It sounds like, I don't know. It just sounds like the mistake we've been continually making over the past decade or so is that Arthur Blank hires people that he is like friends with. He is like
Yeah.
hiring all these coaches like Arthur Smith, Raheem Morris, like people that he like has in conversation. Like he hangs out with these people, or not hangs out, but he like is buddy with these guys. He's like, yeah, dude, like you're a players guy. Let's get him in here. However, I will say it does feel like Arthur Smith or Arthur Blank has been a lot more serious this time around. I don't know if it's just a gimmick and he's like, oh, trying to be accountable for the sake of I need to sound more serious because fans are mad. But given the fact is, like Stefanski and Arthur Blank have a relationship. Kirk Cousins, Stefanski have a relationship. Like that was his quarterback coach in Minnesota, right? So it's for a long time. I don't know. It's like I do like that there's connection there. There's chemistry from the past. However, if history is doomed to repeat itself, like my other comparison I just said, it's we we're not this is just like there's some the hater and the doubt in me is just coming out. So I'm just gonna keep thinking that way until, I see physical proof on the field.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing us as Atlanta fans can appreciate and actually should be, like, thanking is Arthur Blank bringing in the consulting group, the Sportsology group, because I think what they did was they said, "Arthur, like, what have you been doing by yourself, making all these big decisions over the past 10 years? Like, this is wrong. This is terrible. This is ineffective. This lacks discipline." And he was like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right." And then he brought in someone like Matt Ryan to be like, "Are they right? Like, I trust you. You were here. You were part of this culture when it was winning. Do you agree?" And Matt Ryan's like, "Absolutely." Like, and it sounds like Matt Ryan was working with Sportsology already in the background before he even got announced to be hired like 2 months earlier. So
I know Matt Ryan is a pretty clean cut guy. No real controversy with him at all ever. And I like to think like behind closed doors without the camera on, he's like, yeah, give me this position. Screw these nerds. Like I could give a hell about any of these stats. Like we're here to play football. Like, and I hope that's how he's been telling Arthur
right.
Blank. He's like, stop listening to all these yes men in your corner talking about, oh, the numbers are here. Numbers are here. We're here to play God's game.
That's right, dude. Last of the
Iron grit football, baby.
Last of the gladiator sports, dude. So I think you're right. And I think one thing I like to see is Stefanski talking about like the culture as being the biggest problem inside the locker room before this. Like he's made it super explicitly clear that discipline, accountability are two of the biggest factors he's bringing into this when it comes to the team culture. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of the early days of Dan Quinn. I don't know if you remember this, Kramer, but like in like spring summer ball, Dan Quinn would actually take the guys for like a 3-day Navy SEAL Marine
I do remember that. Yeah.
like workout together to build camaraderie as well as to be like, none of this can be done if you don't work as a team. That was actually like, you can say what you want about Dan Quinn toward the end. I actually like Dan Quinn's mindset of how he brought teams together. I don't think he was a good X and O's guy like Stefanski is, which is great. But if we can kind of combine that, the accountability that this is a team game. I don't care at all what your check looks like after the games. You have to play your role. I think we got a winner.
What is the saying? It's like about the Dan Quinn. It's like friends are made in friends are made in social settings, but brothers are born in adversity. Something like along that.
Definitely.
That's or yeah.
Is that Hemingway? I don't think that's Dan Quinn's.
No. But I'm saying that the quote pertains to anyway. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. I don't think he said that, dude. I'm pretty sure that was.
Dan Quinn, the poet in the offseason.
Yeah, could you imagine a poetry book by Dan Quinn? I'd read it.
I want Dan Campbell to make a poetry book. But yeah, I guess the next real news after that is we are still on the hunt for a new GM, which we kind of spoke about last week, where the issue that I think we are going to have with finding a new general manager is the fact that you are basically, I'm a general manager. Let's say I'm a candidate going into a position where my decisions are not final say as a typical general manager would, since we are now making our own political government within the Falcons organization with Sir President Matthew Ice of football.
Yeah. It's also like it's concerning to a degree that we get into another echo chamber. Like that's my biggest fear of this, right? As we build it all around this, all of a sudden it's not right because it is Matt Ryan's first time doing a front office position. I have all the faith and confidence in the world as someone who knows nothing, just like everyone else, about what he can do there. Yep. It is also my biggest underlying back of my head fear for the future, though. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
So I'm just going to list off the candidates we've interviewed already. James Lipford was the assistant general manager in 2025 for the Houston Texans. We have Andy Weddle, who has been the assistant general manager for the Pittsburgh Steelers since 2022. We have Ian Cunningham, who has been the Chicago Bears assistant general manager since 2022. And then we have Josh Williams, who has been the director for scouting and the director of football since 2024 for the San Francisco 49ers. And Mike Bradway, who has been a Kansas City assistant general manager since 2025. And then we have Joe Douglas, who is the Philadelphia Eagles senior personal director advisor to the general manager in 2020. So he's the assistant to the
regional
yeah, whatever. Yeah, basically, that's exactly what he is.
Get that guy out of here. We don't need
I'm
a
over here
Dwight
trying
Schrute
to-
looking ass on his team, dude.
I'm over here trying to read his description. I'm just like, okay, man, that's not even a real position. They're making up positions over there.
Yeah,
too.
that's crazy, dude. That's
yeah, whatever.
that's incredible. Here's what I heard, and this is out of all those names that you mentioned, two of them that seem to be where we're kind of lying between because they're having second interviews. They were in the office yesterday.
Okay.
Which is James Lipford and Ian Cunningham.
Okay.
And if you had to give me one of those two, I'd much rather have Ian Cunningham, in my opinion.
Really?
Coming from the Bears, what the Bears have done. If you look back historically the past 20 years, no thank you. What they've done the past 5 years, building just trench warfare over there.
Yeah.
And their ability to look for talent that quickly attributes to success on the field.
He's also the only person we've interviewed with multiple years of experience in some sort of managerial position like this. It's everybody else, from 2024 to 2025. And I mean, if you're taking someone like Mike Bradway from the assistant general manager for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2025, didn't have a great season.
No.
This Joe Douglas guy since 2025 for the Eagles, not a good season. Josh Williams for the 49ers. Screw the 49ers. They're 49ers.
Don't like them. Don't care if their season's good.
What's he gonna do? Bring over all their injuries with them? No, I'm good.
No, thanks,
I'm good
dude.
on that. I'm fine. But Ian Cunningham, and then what is it? Pittsburgh Steelers since 2022. So Andy Whittle, like he's complacent. When I hear Pittsburgh Steelers since 2022, you're complacent. You're under the umbrella of Mike Tomlin.
He didn't even bring in TJ Watt, dude. He's not real.
No. Yeah. No.
No, we're good.
So,
I like Ian.
I like these two guys. Particularly, I would like Ian Cunningham a little bit more. It seems like he has the building blocks of what it takes to have, that office position to where he has a good say in obviously what's going on like you said, look at what happened with the Bears. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I think one thing that's exciting to think about too, so we get that position filled, just so we're feeling good about it. The biggest piece we've talked about in the offseason is Kyle Pitts, Stefanski, notorious, and Tommy Rees for overachieving and developing the tight ends they've had. I mean, David Njoku is the exact example of that. But listen, we're getting kind of up on time here. I know I got a meeting I got to jump to. Kramer, why don't you take us home here?
Yeah, man. Quick recap of Atlanta United and the Atlanta Dream. So Atlanta United signs a new midfielder, Adrian Gill. So he is going to be part of the roster. They had released, and for both Atlanta United and the Atlanta Dream, they had both just dropped their new schedules. So go on the website, look at that. If you guys are interested, go get tickets, go support those teams. But anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of the Atlanta Sports Special. And whether you flew here or you grew here, we appreciate you guys listening.
Rise up and believe, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah! ATL on the rise, you know how we do. Beach tree dreams, dirty birds flying through. From the gridiron to the diamond, courts to the pitch. We reppin' ATL sports, every team, every niche. ATL, where the flames ignite. From Truist Park to the bins at night. Dreams take flight, hearts soar high. United we stand, reaching for the sky.